The School of Podcasting with Dave Jackson.
Hey, I'm Dave Jackson from the School of Podcasting.com, and I've done something that is causing people to lose their minds. That's right. I have an article right now in the Podcast Business Journal, and here's the line. So many people say there's a discovery problem with podcasting. There isn't, and I'm here to tell you, people are losing their... How dare you say there is not a discovery problem in podcasting? Now, I will say that the search function of Apple Podcast blows. It's not good at all. So is there a discovery problem in podcast apps? Sure. Because I know I can go in and type in The Feed, which is a podcast from Libsyn, and the name of the show is The Feed, and it won't come up. So yeah, Apple Podcast search, definitely an issue. But usually when somebody says, hey, there's a discovery problem, they're saying, hey, nobody's discovering my podcast. And the reason for that is it's boring. Does it make me laugh? Not really. Does it make me cry? No. Why would it do that? Does it make me think? Laugh, cry, think, groan, educate, or entertain. In many cases, it doesn't do any of those. And when it's not, it's called boring. What do you mean? My mom said it was great. Yeah, okay, got it. All right. Well, have you ever heard of this tool? It's crazy. It's called, I think it's pronounced Google. It might be French, Google. So let's say I like to golf. I don't, by the way, but let's say I'm a golfing person and I want to find a podcast about golfing. So I go to Google and I type in GOLF podcast. And when I press enter, well, it turns out, holy cow, there's a lot of podcasts about golf. Well, do you mean I just have to, like, look, here's somebody even found top 5 of those. Wait, what if I want to do photography? Typing in front of people. Roughy podcast. It turns out 20 of these, and I know this guy, and I know this guy. It turns out there are a lot of podcasts about photography, but they're so hard to find. I had to go to Google and type in photography podcast. What if I was going to do a pod, and I just did this one, Frisbee golf podcast. You can see I just did this. And yes, there are Frisbee, in fact, 15 of them. So again, I'm kind of going, wait, the discovery problem is where? And the discovery problem is my show is not being found. Okay, well, have you had somebody who should be your target audience listen to it and talk about it like you're not in the room? My guess is not. But anyway, what if I had, let's go cancer. Let's say I had a cancer and I'm worried. Cancer podcast. Now, of course, there's a bunch of ads on Google, but down here, Cancer Podcast, Cancer Out Loud, Cancer.net, Dana Farber's Cancer Podcast. Again, I'm not really seeing the problem finding a podcast. I always love to talk about, I have to learn how to spell it. Chameleon? Yeah, Chameleon Podcast. Yep, here's Chameleon Media. There's a couple podcasts because I know the Chameleon Breeder podcast. All right, we could do this all day. I don't see the discovery problem. And then the other fun thing is, people go, hey, I typed in my name into Google, and they still didn't show up my stuff. So I go to their website, and it says the title is episode 16 of the really boring podcast. Great. And then their show notes, their description is, in this episode, we talked to so-and-so. That's it. That's all that chocolatey goodness of text is supposed to attract Google over all the other 8 million podcasts and other websites that are out there. And then you have the other people go, Dave, I have a robot transcribe my show. I have at least 2,000 words here. Okay. And so why isn't my show showing up? Because Google's job back in the day, Netscape was number 1 in the search world. And there was also Yahoo and things like that. Google came along. You know why Google won? Because they were better. Yep, they saved people time And so you could go to Google and type in something and you'd go, wow, that's exactly what I was looking for. That's how Google won. They were better. Yeah, I know it's a weird strategy. How do you get to be the top at something? You're the best. What? But that's hard. I know. I'm sorry. Here, you can have a trophy. Here's your trophy. Hope you enjoy it. So, you Google's job is to have you here's a link that is exactly what you're looking for. And when people go to a unedited transcript or 10% of it, that means every 10 words out of 100 are wrong or weird or something. Yeah, Google's going to go, yeah, I'm not going to send people to that. Over here, somebody took the time to actually edit the transcript so you can read it. And I know what you're going to say. Hey, that's hard and it takes time. And I've got a wife and kids and a job. Uh-huh. And your point is? You know what? I'll go tell Google. Google, they don't like it because it's hard. Can you put them on the top of the thing? No, they didn't write any notes. No, nothing. Okay, yeah, Google said they're not going to do that. I tried. So it's going to be a little hard, and you're going to have to put some time into it. And, hey, bank, can you give this person money for apparently doing this much work? Can you just, no, they want money. Money, yes, that stuff right there. Can you give me a ton of that? What am I going to give you? Nothing. Do you have any value? They want something of value for the money. No value. We just want the money for nothing. No, the bank's saying they're not going to give us any money for nothing. So I know what you're thinking. That's hard. Here's your trophy. I can give you a trophy. That's all I can give you. It also doubles as a back scratcher, which is really good, by the way. So please tell me where the discovery problem is. Give me a podcast that I can't find, a topic. Now, it might not be your podcast, but that's because maybe you're not putting in all the work to be found. Wait a minute. I have a book behind me, Profit from Your Podcast. Let's do one more. So if I go over to me in the bottom right, there we go, and I type in author podcast. Holy cow, there are tons of podcasts for authors. In fact, somebody already made a list of 10. Again, I say, where's the discovery problem? I'm Dave Jackson from the schoolofpodcasting.com, helping to rid the world of boring podcasts. Sorry, it's hard. Sorry. I tried. Google said no.